Good morning. This is Larry Greene. I'm with Mercury Leadership, a company that offers leadership coaching, training, strategic advisory, anything related to business growth and the growth of the leaders of the business. As a member of ProCents, board member, I thought I would do a quick video about networking because ProCents is all about networking professionals in many different industries. I've been in business a long time, of course, and networking is something that I learned many years ago that wasn't innate. It wasn't just obvious to me. I joined a small networking group that actually taught me what networking was all about. And of course, fast forward now, networking is part and parcel to everything that I do anywhere that I go. I carry business cards. I carry poker chips that have my all of my information on them, and people typically comment on those and keep them. But I always have them in my pocket because you never know where you're going to meet somebody that could be a connection. And of course, I'm an extrovert, so I pretty much will talk to anybody. But somebody that's starting out in business doesn't necessarily know this. So I think even if this is kind of a networking 101 commentary, it could be valuable to somebody that's watching this, or if you're a seasoned veteran, it can be helpful too. I find myself once in a while getting to a point where I just really don't want to go out or I don't want to go to an event that I've been invited to for whatever reason. I'm tired from a long day or a long week. But when I find myself pushing it a little bit and going out, I'm always happy that I did because there's always a conversation to be had about something that's valuable. And my goal is always to try to give something to whoever I'm talking to. I ask them questions about themselves. I rarely talk about myself until maybe the end of the conversation or if I'm asked. And of course, those conversations end up being, so what do you do? And, of course, I tell them and try to be very succinct about it. But I always try, and I think my one of my superpowers, if I have one at all, is my listening skills. I've honed those listening skills over the years to where I'm really paying attention to what people are saying. And if they're telling me about their business, that's great. But I also try to always ask about them personally. Tell me about your family. Where did you grow up? I hear an accent, something that draws them out a little bit more and makes it a little bit more personal than just talking business all day long. I was not feeling my best the other day, and I met with a friend for lunch that I hadn't seen in about a year. And I sat down and I started the conversation with, "So how'd your business end up at the end of last year?" And she goes, "Whoa, just cut right to business, huh? You don't want to know anything about me or my family?" So it was a little wake up call for me that I just need to slow my roll a little bit and talk about the softer things in life, if you will, the family and such. I've known her a long time. We ended up talking for an hour and a half about family, and we never did get back to business. So in that particular case, my cue of the conversation was she didn't want to talk about business that day. She just wanted to catch up, and that's all good too. But networking is a little bit of everything, and the thing is I think I can't remember who said this, but showing up is I think is 80% of the whole life, and I think Woody Allen is credited with that. But it's true about networking too. Just show up wherever it is, wherever the people are networking, and if it's in a one-on-one, and there's always common ground to be found. And that's what networking is. It's making an impression on someone, figuring out a way to help them. Since I'm in the people helping business, that's exactly what I do. But no matter what business you're in, if it's networking, networking is a part of everything. And I actually had a friend recently, kind of a newish friend, if you will, was complaining about how our business is doing so poorly, and it's a personal services business. And I said, "Well, what do you do for networking?" And she said, "I hate networking. I don't want to get in front of people." And I politely tried to tell her, I said, "Your business is going to fail. It is failing because you won't do that. That's exactly how you get new clients as you go face to face. You network, you tell them about what your passion is with whatever your services are. And if you can't do that, then you really can't be in personal services business." And last I heard, she was out looking for a W-2 type job because she can't do the networking. So anyway, that's kind of my rant on networking today, if you will. But it's part and parcel of life, especially if you're self-employed and you're in the services business. That's exactly what we do: is we meet people, we talk to people, we invite people into our lives, into our professional lives, as far into your personal lives as you want, in conversations, and make an impression on people. That's absolutely what networking is all about. Making that lasting impression so that they remember. Kind of on an extended note, if you will, my goal in life, and it's worked pretty well, is I try to be a go-to person for all types of referrals, whether it's my business or other services. In my business, I do a lot of referral out to other professionals, and that pays off in spades. The more that I'm able to be that resource to people in my life and my clients or friends too, the better off I am. More people know about me, and eventually it comes full circle. And kind of the karma payoff is that somebody will say, Larry's an excellent coach. If you're having problems with your business, or you're trying to grow, or you have questions, he's a great guy to talk to. And oftentimes I'll tell people, people say, well, how do you work? And I say, just start a conversation with somebody. Just introduce me and say, talk to Larry and see if, there's anything that you can make out of that. And that always pays off well. I never look for the dollar or look for the engagement with people that I'm introduced to initially. I just look to get to know them a little bit because not everybody's a good fit for me as a client anyway. And it seems to work really well. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on the ProCents channel, if you would, today about networking. So go out and do some networking today and see if you can't find a new friend and maybe a new client. Thanks.